Chapter 5. If his chest had been a cannon. The sun was already at the sky's zenith when Simba awoke. He lay on his back, and when he opened his eyes, he saw the dense ceiling. Yawning, he wanted to roll onto his belly and stretch his limbs. However, he couldn't, because there was a paw holding him in a tight embrace. "Mom?" Simba asked, still half asleep. He looked to his left and was greeted by the sight of a peacefully snoozing Mitu. Now he was wide awake and blushing. Trying not to draw too much attention from around the den, he slowly tried to slip out of Mitu's grip. Much to Simba's dismay, Mitu only tightened the grip while mumbling some satisfied-sounding syllables. There was no use in trying not to wake him up. Simba cleared his throat. Mitu didn't react. The sound had, however, attracted someone else. A mother's hearing is not to be underestimated. Sarabi, Simba's mother, had come into view. "Good morning, son. Or rather, good midday. You two little hug cubs looked so cute and peaceful together that I didn't want to wake you up." "Hug cubs?" asked Simba with an appalled tone of voice. Sarabi just chuckled. "Mom, it's not what you think." Raising an eyebrow, Sarabi kept her smile and replied, "What is it then that you think I think?" Simba didn't answer, and Sarabi gave another bemused, warm chuckle before walking away. Simba and Sarabi's talk had slowly awoken Mitu, who was now looking at Simba. Simba turned to him with a hint of threat and told him, "Let go of me." "What?" Mitu replied, still barely awake. "You are hugging me even though I told you not to do that," Simba said disgruntled. In an instant, Mitu took his paws off of Simba and smiled sheepishly. "Sorry, I must have done that while I was sleeping. I guess I'm more comfortable around you than I thought." Simba took a deep breath. "I don't doubt that. Just try not to get that comfortable without asking me first in the future. Also, I'm getting the feeling that almost everyone in the Pride must have seen this, including Kuhisha's gang." "I guess so, but does that really matter though?" asked Mitu. "Of course it matters. Now everyone is going to tease me about that too," Simba realized in horror. "So what? Today is going to be the day that I'm going to tell Kuhisha and his gang to fuck themselves." Simba thought about this for a second. "Yeah, but I don't want people to get a wrong idea about you and me." With an apologetic tone, he added, "Nothing against you. Mitu got peeved at Simba for his unbelievable, insecure stubbornness. "Do you really care that much about what they think? It's not even about hugging. It's purely about your social status. Simba, snuggling doesn't mean that we're in a relationship or courtship. Kuhisha knows that too, and it's only your reaction that makes him tease you more." Simba needed a moment to come up with a good response. Snuggling sounds super gay." Then he cringed at what he had just said. He tried again. "You know that I don't care about..." He stopped dead in his tracks and then asked, "What's a courtship?" Mitu groaned in irritation. "Why do I even have a crush on your stupid ass?" Simba was about to respond when one of Kuhisha's gang members showed up. "I come as a messenger. Kuhisha sent me to tell you two lovebirds that because of Prince Simba's display of bravery yesterday, Kuhisha offers a fair and square one-on-one fight. Him against you, Simba. If you lose, you will still be treated as the, and I quote, little Princess Simba and be subject to relentless teasing. Same applies for your boyfriend," the cub added. Simba growled. "He's not my boyfriend." The cub just snarked. "Or whatever you call it. Should you, however, be victorious, Kohisha promises to treat you with the respect a royal prince deserves. The fight will take place at the waterhole. The offer expires by sundown. Be there or be square. Mitu was too intimidated by the cub to say anything. He remembered him from yesterday. This cub had scratched him ferociously. Simba squinted his eyes in suspicion. Why should I trust Kohisha or anyone in his gang? This could be a trap. Kohisha promises a fair fight, answered the cub and went its way, leaving Simba unsure of what to think. Wait, what about their bet? Asked Mitu. I thought I was supposed to take on the gang. Simba ignored him and slowly started to walk towards the waterhole. You know what? Nay, I'm not gonna let you do this. You're not even as strong as Kohisha, said Mitu as he leapt in front of Simba, blocking his path. Get out of the way. I need to do this, said Simba menacingly. He tried to evade Mitu by passing him to the right. Mitu adjusted his position accordingly. I'm not gonna let you do this, reiterated Mitu. After a short back and forth between the two of them, Simba just pinned Mitu to the ground. Listen here. You know what you are? You are... The next word that escaped Simba hurt Mitu deeply. It was the kind of thing that he had hoped never to hear coming out of any of his friends or family's mouths. You heard me, screeched Simba, feeling his own mouth moving far too fast for his mind to follow. Yeah, said Mitu, tears starting to roll down his cheeks. At least I'm comfortable with my own feelings. You're too much of a pussy to face them. And you are an insecure little whiny brat, he yelled at Simba, his vision becoming blurred because of the tears. Simba grew angrier. Fuck you, you little... There was that word again. Simba didn't remember, and also didn't care to remember where he had heard that word for the first time. He just knew that it stung, and at this moment he just wanted it to sting. I don't need to take any shit from you. All you do is tell me how dumb and immature I am. Maybe I am immature, but you know what I'm not? I'm not a fucking... For the third time did Simba utter that word, and for the third time it stung deeply in Mitu's soul. Then Simba got off of Mitu and started to run towards the waterhole. Once Simba was gone, Mitu buried his face under his paws and broke out ugly crying. Why would Simba say such mean things to him? Was he the one who had gone too far? He didn't know. Mitu felt a paw on his shoulder. It was Nala. I heard shouting. Is everything alright? Mitu just fell into his sister's arms. Simba ran across the Serengeti plain, right towards the watering hole. He was furious. Quite guilt-ridden too, but mostly furious. He had enough of it all, had enough of all these contradicting emotions, enough of love and affection, enough of being made fun of. He just wanted to kick and scream until all of his problems were no more than dust floating in the wavering air. A single tear escaped his left eye, but he kept on running, turning his helplessness into anger. Kohisha saw Simba coming from afar. Well, boys, His Highness descends and gifts us with his presence, he said snarkingly. Simba charged at Kohisha with full speed and fury in his eyes. Then he came to a sudden halt only an inch from Kohisha's face. Simba was breathing heavily and gazed into Kohisha's eyes with fury. Why so close, princess? You want to give me a kiss or a hug? I bet Mitu can attest to your gentleness, Kohisha snarked yet again. Fuck you, yelled Simba impatiently. I want to fight you, now! Simba felt his head burn with aggression. He was throbbing. You want to fight, kitty? I'm going to give you a fight. At this time, however, you don't get to flee or cheat. I, on the other hand, I'm not gonna hold back. The last lion standing wins. Kind of sad, actually. What's sad? Asked Simba through his clenched teeth. That your boyfriend isn't gonna cheer you on, Kohisha said while grinning condescendingly. Simba growled. He is not my boyfriend. Kohisha chuckled. Whatever you say. He backed up a few meters, and his gang formed a circle around the two cubs. All right, ladies first. You get to make the first strike. Simba didn't hesitate and struck at Kohisha, who ducked down, effectively dodging Simba's claws. Then Kohisha tackled Simba with his head from below, hitting his throat. Simba lost his balance upon impact and tumbled to the ground, gasping for air. Just as he was about to regain his composure, did Kohisha pounce on him, pinning him down. Kohisha lifted his right claw, but before he could strike, Simba bit his left front leg. Kohisha howled in pain. Simba threw Kohisha off of him and repositioned himself. Then he charged at Kohisha again. Kohisha saw Simba coming and threw a small pile of sand into his face. Being unable to see, Simba clawed at his surroundings. Kohisha pounced on him, once again pinning him down. Simba was still barely able to see. He wanted to strike at that orange and white blob above him, but he couldn't. Kohisha raised his right claw once again, when suddenly... Stop right now! Simba knew that voice, and he dreaded it at the same time loved hearing it. Nala had appeared, and the circle opened up for her. Mitu was hiding behind her. Oh, look who's coming, teased Kohisha. It's the protector of the pansies. Simba tried to move but still couldn't. Nala, fuck off! I don't need your help! Kohisha's gang laughed. Nala roared an admittedly mighty roar given her size. Everyone went quiet. No, I've had enough of your stupid little game, Simba. You need to learn not to lose your cool just because of a few taunts and become less insecure about everything. Also, you're a jerk, but I'll talk about that later. Now Nala addressed Kohisha. Kohisha, I don't know what your problem is, but you are a manipulative, power-hungry bastard. Let Simba go and we can talk about whatever it is that bothers you. Nala started to slowly approach the two cubs. Sure, as soon as Simba gives up, cackled Kohisha. Nala looked at Simba. Just give up, Simba. This is really stupid. Simba scoffed. I told you to piss off. Nala sighed and walked closer to the two fighting cubs. How old are you? Like 3? You two are pathetic, she said, sounding really annoyed. Now, she stood only a few inches away from Simba and Kohisha. You're pathetic, said Kohisha, sounding slightly uncomfortable. Nala placed her left paw on Kohisha's shoulder. Why are you so confrontational? She asked. Kohisha started to stutter. Bitch, take your fucking paw off my shoulder. She kept her paw where it was and looked him sternly into the eyes. What is your problem? She asked with an intense tone of voice. I said... Kohisha slapped Nala's paw off his shoulders. Take it off! His slap had been a bit too forceful and he had accidentally hit Nala in the face. Ow! Hey, watch it! Before Nala could even finish that sentence in her head, Mitu came charging at Kohisha. He tackled Kohisha off of Simba and had him pinned down a second later. He yelled at Kohisha with fury in his voice. You bastard! Just help my sister! He headbutted Kohisha, who howled in pain. Mitu raised his left paw, extended his claws, ready to strike. Nobody hits my sister and gets away with it! He roared. Just as he was about to strike, a mighty, very adult-sounding roar rang through the Pride Lands. Even while barely seeing anything at all, Simba knew instantly whose roar this was. "Dad," he gulped. End of chapter 5.